Let's go! Today we are chatting about Jordan Love, the quarterback who improved his stock more than anybody during his playoff run here. Obviously, he fell short versus the 49ers, but I want you to comment down below. Do you think Jordan Love is a top 3 quarterback in the NFC? And an even deeper question, are you taking him over a Brock Purdy? Are you taking him over a Dak Prescott? In the background, you see a good job of him escaping this pocket. There would be some QB coaches that say, hey, if this pocket is this good, don't ever escape it to the right side. Because in theory, you could have sat in here and hit Aaron Jones, but you do roll out. You get Dre Greenlaw on the slip right there. And guess what? You got Luke Musgrave here out into the flat. All right, so we move ahead to this 3rd and 8. And man, I love what Matt LaFleur did this postseason for Jordan Love to make things easier on him. He did a lot of pre-snap motion and throwing to the running backs out of the flats, and you'll see how that look will open up a very easy touchdown later in this game for Jordan Love. You see a really good throw here, if you ask me, to Romeo Doubs. This is actually one of my favorite throws that Jordan put on tape. So we do get some all-22 here, and I want you to see on this 3rd and goal, once again, this is, you got to have it or you just don't have it. You're just going to kick a field goal. You'll see that they're showing a potential blitz, and they back out into a very soft zone coverage right here. Just a typical 4-man static rush. And look at this. So he's looking to see if anything is open over the middle. There is nothing open. Steve Wilks called an absolutely perfect defensive play. And look at when he is deciding to rip this football, okay? He is throwing it through this window right here. This is ridiculously good anticipation and accuracy to put this football right here. And the corner just makes a really good play on it. So we then get to this 3rd and 6 a little bit later in this drive, and this ends up just being a really good route right here by Romeo Doubs. I'm not going to show you the all-22. The corner just slipped, and Jordan Love threw this football with a lot of anticipation. And right now you're looking at a screenshot of when he decided to throw this football. He threw it before he even saw Ward falling down. So that is just really good quarterback play. So as you can tell, I am sick, so I am fighting through this just for you guys. Please hit that subscribe button so we can get to that 1K mark. And like we said, this is something that he did a really good job of, Matt LaFleur, and we just did a film study on this very thing. The art of the tight end delay, whether he's the intended receiver or if he's the lead blocker. So you'll see that San Francisco, we saw this in the Super Bowl. They just sink back into these deep zones. If they're going to do that, just hit swing routes out here into the backfield. And because there's a tight end delay, guess what? You have yourself a little lead blocker. You notice Kraft didn't even look for the football as a receiver. That's part of the play. If he doesn't like anything deep, just hit the underneath. And that's a really good block right there on a good player in Dre Greenlaw. So part of the reason why Steve Wilks got fired is because you would see this on the entire playoff film, just how many guys just running wide open. And quite frankly, this is actually a negative for me for Jordan Love and his playoff performances. There's nothing he can really do about this, but just look at how many open players there are. If you throw this into the flat, this is going to be a nice gain. You can even hit your underneath right here, and you're picking up a few yards. But of course, you want to hit this wide open Jaden Reed. This is why it's a negative, because in 2 consecutive playoff games, the Cowboys the week before and San Francisco here, guys were just running wide the frick open. All right, so how did this play get so open? Well, one thing I want to do on this channel when we do film breakdowns is I don't want to sound too coachy, right? Because I am not a coach. There are plenty of people who do these types of breakdowns that know way more football than I do. So I try to be as simple as I possibly can. This is a play drawn up, or a variation of it, from my buddy Chris Osgood. It's called Shallow Sting. Alabama calls it wave. A deep vertical here, a deep vertical here, and you're running a deep over route here to take advantage of the space that these verticals clear out, okay? And they get a break here when the 49ers sink into middle of the field, closed, okay? Now, why is that a break? Well, this vertical from the tight end is going to get picked up by the safety. This defender over here is going to stay with the tight end, and if that's the case, that deoccupies all the space over here unless it is communicated. You could see Fred Warner, or you could see this corner yelling over there, hey, the deep over's coming. And as you can see, Dre Greenlaw is affected by this underneath route. He bites up here, and once again, if you want to throw it in the flat, that's a nice gain right there, but you want to hit this vertical shot if it is that wide open. I mean, look at that. It is just a beautifully, beautifully designed play. All right, so as easy as that throw was, this is just ridiculous level of quarterback play right here. I know I didn't say that smoothly at all. Once again, I am sick. So you'll see that this is a disaster over here. Okay, everyone's just falling down, and Nick Bosa just gets absolutely dominated right here by the left tackle, and he loses contain. Okay, Jordan Love is able to feel this out, and you'll see him make an amazing across his body throw, a tight spiral right here for a first down to Romeo Doubs. Ridiculous. So on second down here, the pass protection just broke down, and the same thing happened here on third down, but look at where Jordan Love is at this point in the game. 10 of 15 for 115. He's playing really well. And you'll see right here, Hargrave, we've talked about him nonstop on this channel up to this point. He was one of the best players in the entire playoffs, right? He makes this play here. There was nothing open for Jordan Love, and this actually ends up being just a really good throwaway to keep this a very short field goal. So remember, we were talking about tight end delays. Once again, that video is floating in the top right corner of your screen. This is actually my favorite tight end delay play, right? My dear beloved LSU Tigers ran this quite a bit last year. The design of this play is to have all three of these guys just go deep, and you're supposed to hit either the running back leaking up the field here or the tight end leaking across the way here. It's another very fun variation of a tight end leak. The issue is the left tackle gets beat really bad by Chase Young, and this is ridiculous stuff right here by Jordan Love, okay? This is supposed to, obviously take a little bit more time, and while he's getting hit, he's able to throw a really accurate pass right there to Tucker Kraft, and he's able to pick up a nice gain. That's just good quarterbacking right there. Again, it's just so important to have an offensive coach in the modern game. I really do believe it. You'll see that Fred Warner sees it late that they're doing a quarterback sneak. It's just a game changer when you have these little just really well disguised plays, and you'll see that this actually does get blown up. They actually read this sneak. This is a good jump right here by Kinlaw. He splits this double, and he actually makes this play right here on Jordan Love. He's just able to fall forward and pick up this first down. All right, so now we get to one of the best play calls of the season, okay? This is a gimme. Remember, they were showing you these quick screens, just quick outs with the lead blocker, different variations of it, and this time you fake it right here. Corner bites, underneath linebacker bites, and then you just throw it over the top, okay? Just a really good throw right here by Love. Almost leads him too far. When a receiver is this wide open, you obviously don't ever want to overshoot him. That ends up being a really good catch right there by Melton. Good stuff all around. And, God, that's a great job by this camera guy. Look at him. He is shooting with this camera, and this camera is right here. Now, for those that don't know, I actually used to be a sideline camera guy. It could get brutal down here. That was a $15,000 save. All right, here we go. The best throw is the same exact throw we saw him almost hit earlier in the red zone, which was a dig to Romeo Doubs. Now, it's not the exact same play. I'm actually going to give you the all-22 angle of this, but this is called stepping up for your team, right? Zach Tom, their all-world right tackle, is out with the concussion, and you'll see that Jordan Love looking off to the left side here. This is, in theory, his blind side now because he is locked into the left. So he works back to the right, Nick Bosa's right in his face, and look at where this ball is delivered. Bang, right? Protecting him from that safety for a big hit for a first down. So you don't need to be Bill Belichick to truly appreciate what happened here. Okay, now, one thing that does help him out in this situation is, pre-snap, right? You're knowing at this point that this safety is more than likely going to sink right here into center field. So you have a good idea of where he is. But in this case, his job right here is to find whoever is running over the middle and pick him up, right? So this safety, you could see, is way center field here. His job should be picking up Romeo Doubs right here on this dig. Okay, so Jordan Love is looking left to try and throw this football to Christian Watson. It's not there. So now he looks here and sees that this safety is far enough back for him to rip this dig. Okay, now I want you to focus on when this football is actually being thrown. Notice the base. He can't really just fully step into this throw because Nick Bosa is right there. So look at how quick this step is right here. Bang. Okay, he's already ripping this, and look at where Doubs is when he is deciding to make this throw. You, number one, have to have the arm strength to fit this in right here to where the safety can't pick it off. You got to make sure you throw it far enough to the left where Fred Warner can't pick it off, and the ball just needs to be put with a perfect amount of velocity, and that's exactly where he puts it right there while he's getting just massacred. That is just ridiculous quarterback play. All right, we get to the 2nd and goal, and this is once again just a little rub, okay? Your job right here is to pick off this player and go into the flat. And you just obviously can't hit him. He doesn't hit him, but this ends up still being a ridiculous throw right here by Jordan Love. Okay, is this easy? Yes, it's easy, but Nick Bosa is getting a lot of pressure. You still got to get that football over him. You can't really step into it. And yes, in theory, if 33 would have turned his head a little quicker, maybe he's able to pick this off, but he's late. The ball is able to get there just in time for a tutty. And then on the 2-point, it's practically the same thing, except this time it's versus man coverage, okay? Once they get into this trips bunch and they're trying to get aligned properly, that's letting Jordan Love know that more than likely this is going to be a variation of man coverage. And if Fred Warner's job is to guard Aaron Jones in the flat, look at how far he's going to have to run if it is a true Meg call, which means man everywhere he goes. And it is a Meg call, and there's no way Fred Warner can get over there in time to make this play. Okay? Basically a one-man route, and it's right there for an easy touchdown or 2-point conversion. All right, so we move ahead. This is a chance for you to put the game away, essentially, with a touchdown, and it's the same thing that we've been talking about, giving Jordan Love a ton of options, okay? This looks like this is an RPO where if he wants to hand this football off, he can hand it off. If not, he can throw it, and he decides to throw it. It's the right decision. Now, the issue is Jaden Reed completely whiffs this block. I don't know why players don't ever actually just wear their mouthpiece, but you can see that's just a terrible job. But if there was a way you want him to go to your inside so he can get to the sideline, and he does. That's a good job right there by Christian Watson, and he's able to fall forward here and pick up a first down. All right, we get to this 3rd and 11, and this was his worst rep of the game, even worse than the game-deciding interception. Look, you got a pocket to step up into. Protection here is actually really good. Step up into this or peel off into here and see if you can make something happen like you did earlier. This is also not a bad option to hit this underneath. Look, you get this football to him with the head of steam. He could pick this up or make it a manageable 4th down or throw it to your running back in the flat. It's just a really bad throw, and defenders practice this every day. They call it tip drill, and honestly, all things considered, this ends up being a really good tackle by Tucker Kraft. He's able to get back up and eventually make this play. So a quick shot on the all-22 of this interception. should he have thrown this goal ball right here to Christian Watson? You know, if he steps up, maybe he has time to eventually get to this. Obviously, this corner stops running when he sees that it's an underneath throw. This is the right option to just hit this underneath, unless you wanted to peel off here and do a little scramble drill. But this is where it should have gone. It's just a really, really, really bad throw. All right, so you hold him to a field goal, and once again, you barely get this football off, okay, on 3rd and 2. Never a good sign, because that allows these defensive linemen to tee off because they know you got to snap it eventually. And this is one, obviously, Jordan Love would like to have back. And the reason why I want to show you this before the All-22, you could see right here, instead of just throwing this football, he just kind of guides it, right? He just floats it instead of just throwing this. Obviously, he knows he has to get this over Hargrave, but sometimes I feel quarterbacks in big moments, they don't throw it, they just guide it, right? Two completely different things, and you could see it's behind Aaron Jones, and it almost gets picked off. So now we get to here, all right? Man, you would have loved to have seen Jordan Love just reset his feet. Bold decision to block Nick Bosa with the tight end. It works, okay? Now, you have a chance right here to reset your feet, and honestly, this was a good bit of pocket movement from Jordan Love, because there was some pressure coming through this A-gap, so he did need to reset, but you'll see right here, yes, we want to just hit this, move the chains, live to fight another day, but if he does reset, as you can see, Jaden Reed does eventually open up here for a massive, massive gain. Either way, that should have been completed. All right, so you see down here, once again, Jordan Love on the road, kind of a wet, hostile environment. He's playing an overall good game, not a spectacular one. And this right here isn't on him, but it could be, right? I don't know the protection rules. Like we say in every film study, I don't know any of the rules. I don't know how the progressions are taught, so on and so on and so on. So it's impossible to really know whose job is what on any play. These are just my best educated guesses. And once again, the backup right tackle, in a perfect world, you would rather Nick Bosa go free and pick up Hargrave, right? Not Hargrave, Armstead. But this is a double A-gap pressure. They back out of it, and they end up bringing a pressure from this direction, and they get unblocked pressure here and here, okay? I'm guessing the guard right here should have picked up this DT, because I really don't know. It's impossible to tell. But Jordan Love just doesn't have a chance here, okay? He just doesn't, unless it was his job to set the protection or if he didn't set it correctly. And they're able to force a field goal, one that they miss. Down. You see, Sir Brock Purdy has taken them down the field, and now they have a 24-21 lead with the NFC Championship game on the line. And for you 49ers fans, you see the Buzz Lightyear coverage again. So far back to infinity and beyond. Why are you playing this soft? It makes no sense. Okay? Don't change what you've been doing. All right, that's just an easy read right here, and that's just too much pitch and catch, right? And honestly, it's the same play we broke down from earlier, the delayed tight end, little swing pass here to Aaron Jones. I'm guessing that's where this probably should have gone, but Jordan Love reads that corner is so far off that they're able to not only pick this up, but get out of bounds at the same time, preserving all three of your timeouts. Now we get to the very next throw, and this time Jordan Love sees the same exact coverage. They run the same exact route right here with Romeo Doubs, but Dre Greenlaw at the snap properly guesses that they're trying to run the same comeback route, and Jordan Love does something very dangerous here, predetermining where to go with this football, okay? And look, if you just sit in this pocket, you're hitting this check down right here underneath. You still have all three of your timeouts, and as you can see, Dre Greenlaw almost intercepts this. This is such a good play right here by the right guard on this very next snap. He knows that the right tackle's in a lot of trouble, so he helps out with the spin move. This is really well done by the Packers, and this is good, quick, decisive quarterback play right here by Jordan Love. to hit this right here. This pocket is beginning to collapse, and he throws it right on the money, and you're able to pick up a nice positive gain and move the sticks on first. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to give you my honest opinion on the NFC hierarchy of quarterbacks. Jordan Love is up there, right? But the truth is, this throw could very well define his career, and we'll talk about why in just a second. First big thing that they do here is Nick Bosa in this time frame just honestly cut to the inside quite a bit. I'm guessing this is some variation of a twist stunt where this DT's job is to come all the way around here and become the new contained defender. But you'll see Aaron Jones does a good job of sealing this off, okay? Now, first thing is, I don't mind hitting this right here in the flats, pick up these yards, and you still have 2 timeouts left, but Jordan Love decides to break contain, and in this spot, obviously Aaron Jones is late here to pick up Nick Bosa. Can he run around Nick Bosa right here and pick up a huge gain? Yes, but instead, he throws a wobbler across his body, and Dre Greenlaw makes one of the biggest plays of the NFL postseason. Get to the All-22. What exactly was he looking at here? Okay? Once again, with 2 timeouts left and everyone this far back, I want you to see where the snap actually took place. Okay? This is the 36-yard line. I want you to see where the first level of underneath defenders are right here, okay? Bang. First one is at least 7-8 yards off the football. Everyone else, 15-ish yards off the ball right here, okay? So nothing deep is ever going to be open in this spot, okay? The second thing, if you're Jordan Love, yes, they do give up contain, and normally if you're a right-handed quarterback with some mobility, if you have the chance to break contain to your throwing arm side, you should do it every single time. But because everything was so far deep here, it's hard to break off and come back and support your quarterback. So if you get to this spot, you've already broke the contain, just throw it away. You could throw it at Aaron Jones' feet, or you could just throw it out of bounds. And I'm going to give you my final hot take here. This is really good stuff right here by Aaron Jones. Pin him to the inside and give your quarterback all this room to run here to the outside. But then when you're done with this, peel off, right? Don't go try to help him block. Peel off and then take advantage of the space. Because if that's the case, Jordan Love is dinking this off right here to Aaron Jones. And where is he getting tackled? Probably somewhere around here. So maybe that's one thing he could have done there. Still, ultimately, it's on the quarterback. You just got to throw this away. And that right there was the Packers' season. So, as you watch this throw one final time, I mean, off his off foot, a wobbler, where do you think Jordan Love ranks amongst the NFC quarterbacks? You know, for me, he's probably number 1, right? I don't think right now he's better than Stafford or Dak Prescott. But of the younger guys, I would say I would take him over practically almost everyone, right? I do like Kyler Murray quite a bit, but we'll see if he can maintain his health. Jalen Hurts, let's see what he'll do next season. Obviously, A.J. Brown being back is definitely huge for him. They're still going to have Devonta Smith. And then, of course, Brock Purdy, who was on the other sideline and finished the season with a 10-point higher total QBR, according to ESPN. Is Brock Purdy better than Jordan Love? I think I'm taking Love over Purdy at this point, even though Purdy has had more team success up to this point. But let me know what you guys think down below. Now, floating in your face, there are some extra fun videos, film studies. I hope you check it out. And I'm so sorry about my sniffling, coughing, all that stuff. But we fight through it together. It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! And tonight we are doing hot dogs, baby. Glizzy Nation, let's go.